Good day, everybody. This is BA Ready and Dawn, and we are back with a trailer for a new banner that I've actually already seen, so this is not going to be a blind reaction, but instead it's going to be more of an analysis. And with me, I have a guest that you've probably seen a few times on this channel before. It's Valentia. How's it going, buddy?
Hello. Yeah, I'm the pretentious furry that doesn't make content himself because PC poo poo. But I'd love to give my 2 cents, and hey, why not?
That is fair, and I enjoy having you on. So it's always a fun discussion when you're on board. And from the sounds of it, you have a fun concept. So,
yeah, I have a really weird tinfoil hat theory this time around. Arguably even conspiracy. It is very tinfoil hatty, as in it's kind of flimsy, but I think the stars aligned for a little something that could happen. I think.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. See at this banner.
Yeah, this banner overall has some very interesting things. Those are just down to how much is kind of just being given. So it's just
the one thing I'm already upset about, though. This is a Sage's banner. There is still no mage special. What the hell?
The only one that you could technically infer here is the one from the 4-star focus, but that's not inheritable.
Yeah, it's not inheritable.
Still...
Like,
yeah.
What if they, like, frickin' just... okay, I'm gonna say this in the best way possible. They're kind of jerking off swords, lance, axes, and infantries right now. They got they got godlike reflexes. They get all the good skills. Where's our special? Ranged units, especially ranged calves and ranged flyers, have jack shit. They have nothing.
The only one that was like niche enough to actually kind of like really deserve it is maybe like lethality. And like Deadeye users are just, you know, they're always eating up. Like, sure, why not? But mages, like, that's a little...
yeah, like,
it's a little surprising.
Daggers got lethality, bows got Deadeye. Where is mages? Why are mages always being skipped?
Yeah, and another little thing that I find a little, you know, grinds my gears a bit. How is there only one Arcanaean character on this banner? Because you have other characters who are from Kadean, is how Lynn pronounces it, much to my own chagrin. But it's like, you had Merrick, unless you want to count the Resplendent as that. You have, like, Godo, Arlen. Like, how do we only have Lind?
That is a damn good question.
Yeah.
And, like, here's mine. Here's my question. This is a mage. Okay, I'm gonna discuss my point after. Let's just dig into this.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
because these kits are actually wild.
Yeah, no, this is ridiculous. And I mean, well,
so
Paul was on about how it's the Blackfang females. He was also kind of the, because he's the one that's coped up with thinking like, hey, one day Aya should really go in on that one point that, hey, Lloyd might have a little bit of magical ability. Why is he not here? And my answer is, I don't know. IS doesn't want to do anything weird niche, but...
Okay, so, for the weapon, typical slang stuff, grants unit cannot be slowed by terrain. So, currently in the game, there's very few units that have that. I think it's literally just duo F-frame, right?
Takumi also mainly has that, too. That was his main sort of shtick.
Yeah, but no one even ever sees Takumi. So the only one that's actually relevant is Duo F-Frame, which is funny because what did Duo F-Frame come out on? A desert banner.
Oh no, now we're on with your own tinfoil hat.
There's a trend with these desert banners here, okay? The Hatari one didn't really count, but like this is funny to me. This is actually entertaining. So,
hey, the Hatari one gave us some furries. I'm okay with that.
True. Unit cannot be slowed by terrain, does not apply to impassable terrain, to unit for 1 turn, and unit can move 1 extra space. So basically got a blanket Tempest, and she could just pass through anything. And because she's infantry...
We finally have a Magic Yuri.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah, and especially with the fact that the one really good thing that she has that Yuri doesn't, she can go through any terrain. You don't get screwed over by forest tiles like Yuri does, which is like a very minute thing, but hey, it's a thing.
Oh god. Okay, so let's start a combat. If unit's HP is greater than 25%, so basically if unit exists, because I'm reckoning her defense is going to be crap. Grant Spectrum
that and
5.
38 HP.
Grants bonus to unit's attack speed equals number of bonus effects active on unit times... Wait.
Yeah. So here's where I can jump in here.
This is Brave Crom on a tome!
Kind of. It's more that she does get the sacks, but it's more that her whole issue is that she needs to get them. The good thing, she gets 2 of them for free, because the extra movement and the impassable terrain are both statuses. So, by default, you're always going to get plus 8 attack and speed. The question is, how are you going to get the other 2? And that's where it really comes down to team compositions. That's really, like, the whole main shtick. But honestly, she really only... Like, she is serviceable even with just the 2. Because of everything else she has in her kits.
Yeah, but, like, here's the thing, though. If I do a team, like what I did for Brave Crom... I can give her the world, and then Brave Crom can swap her in, and then he'll have the extra space. He'll have... is not slowed down by terrain. So you're gonna hide,
I guess.
You're gonna hide behind a trench. Screw you, you're gonna get murdered. And because she's
You also gotta think about it like this, though.
Dude,
she's actually capped. She is actually capped with their status. She only needs 4 max. Whereas Crom can go, to the moon.
Grudge bonus to equals number of bonus effects active on unit times 4, max 16.
Yeah, so because it's going to give you the attack and speed 16, 4 times 4. So.
Oh, that's nowhere near as fun. But imagine giving her the world, and then just making Crom have the unit cannot be slowed by terrain, and the extra move, and then you can because of infantry speed tactics, you can give her no follow-up, and because of legendary Elliewood, you can give her a whole bunch of...
Or even just infantry no follow-up. Think about it like this.
Dude!
Anybody who got the support na forma, if you actually did support ideally, you would have Oracle Breath Refine that gives you the blade status, and then infantry no follow-up too, because that's the main C skill you would want to give her.
Yeah, but
so that's your 4.
Imagine, so you do legendary Elliewood shenanigans. Now she has Kanto. She has 3 moves. Kanto. She's basically Yuri, but with 1 less movement. 1 less Kanto range. And you know what? That's fine. That's totally...
And think about it like this too, actually. Well, what is the likelihood of that actually? Because look right before, because it actually does show her stats. Because I just know she has a 38 attack. And actually, here's another thing too.
20 and 20.
No. It actually shows her base stats before the combat. Yes. And I'm also going to point out something else.
55 attack.
She has 46 speed unadjusted by anything.
What?
Because she has slaying. Remember, she has slaying.
Dude, she has the highest speed in the game.
What are the odds of her also having a speed super boon as well? Getting base 50. Literally for free without anything besides an IV. That would be hilarious.
I want this unit just because she's like a pseudo Crom. And I love Crom. He is my boy right now.
The good thing is that she is self-sufficient when you look at the rest of her kit too.
Yeah.
Because she's really just spamming specials.
Yeah. You could do an AoE version of her. Which is just...
You arguably could, yes, actually.
Which is actually kind of sickening to think about.
Because... Times Pulse 4 should stack with Special Spiral. Should.
Yep.
So technically you could do that. And she doesn't necessarily need the speed preempt. Sure, it works, but it's she doesn't need it.
And theoretically speaking, all you'd have to do is toss her on a team with Duo Asker and you're just rolling. She's done. You pop his duo skill, that's -1, -2. AoE specials are 4 cooldown?
Yeah, usually, but she'll have it at 3 because of the slaying.
Yeah, 3. Times Pulse makes it 2. And then Duo Asker basically makes it 0. So she can have pre-charge AoE, 3 movement, terrain negate.
Even like duochrome, for example, could even help with that too.
Yep.
If you really wanted
Dude,
to. So
she's a menace. I actually when I was on my walk home, when I initially looked at this banner and I'm like, oh cool, she's got like times pulse 4. I didn't actually tune into the fact that she can like do some crazy ass shit.
No, so she can do a lot of things.
She's got attack speed finish, she's got speed preempt, she's got times pulse 4, which you think would be cool, but I think it's kind of lame.
It's very tame, but I think it does pretty much what you think it would do.
Yeah, it does what you like. The upgraded version does what you'd think it would do, but it's still not great because it's kind of like, okay, who cares?
It's fine. Like, not every tier 4 skill needs to be like crazy. It's just like,
True.
If something works, I just think it works.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I don't like about Nino, like the only thing I wish he had, but honestly, it's remedied so easy now because, again, some of the skills will be already listed from like support. She just doesn't have no follow-up. That's really it. Yeah, but then again, they made it a seal.
Infantry speed tactic, no follow-up seal. There's the infantry...
No follow-up. Infantry no
follow-up from Ascended Celica. Oh god, Ursula. What? Mommy,
sorry, mommy, god shit. Rika, dude, like, fucking, they got Rika to do this one, and oh my god, like, and Misty Lee voicing, I have missed that dearly. Even though, I mean, she does Camilla, but like, all the characters too.
To get my hands on a powerful tome.
I'm gonna fucking, I'm bricked up right now, I'm going Now here's the funny thing. Paul said that he thought that she was the best one on the banner before he actually really looked at Nino. But she does have genuine merit, which is really good.
Yeah. So, accelerate special trigger, so slang again. At start of turn, if unit grants cannot be slowed by terrain. Desperation and dominance, which is freaking terrifying to think about. Tina for 1 turn at the start of combat. If unit HP is greater than 25%, grants attack speed plus 6 to unit during combat, neutrals effects that prevent units develop attacks. So, half a no follow-up, attack speed plus 6, dominance, desperation. She gets 3 effects.
She has everything that she needs to do.
Yep.
The only problem is that she can't consistently get off the debuffs, like, globally. Yes, she has Chill Speed Res 3. And Panic Smoke 4, which arguably is really nice, and Paul loves that even more because, he's addicted to that skill right now, especially with Dimitri. But the point is that you're not consistently going at targets that she can self-sufficiently debuff in order to get off all of those effects, especially the dominance. You might not always be attacking your chill target, and unless you have a dancer, you're not really able to capitalize off your Panic Smoke either. So it's kind of just like... She's in a little inconsistent spot, but at the very least, like, that's just like one status that's not going off. Otherwise, she's still a 3 movement cav who can get past trenches, has desperation, so she'll get both of her hits in, and she will get both of those hits because of no follow-up. That's just like, there you go.
Yeah, this is a crazy ass banner just by the fact of all the as I was saying, Brave Crom, right? All of these units give themselves effects. Visible effects.
They give themselves at least 2 statuses, bare minimum.
Minimum. Every single one of them, except for the demote, which is coming up next, which is freaking hilarious, by the way. That's gonna be... oh, man. This is gonna be... Okay, let's just move on. Chill Speed Res is always, like, whatever. I don't really care about the chill skills. Panic Smoke 4 is pretty dang good. Crow's Crystal as a weapon is kind of like, damn.
It has everything it kind of just needs, especially if you want to be an offensive green mage. Like, everyone going for Form of Tharja right now,
this is child's
it was good up until now, let's be honest, because she can basically do everything that she does. The only thing that Ursula can't do is go over water, but at that point, who cares?
No, I don't think anyone actually saw this coming, that Byleth would be the demote.
I think there actually could have been a reasonable chance, because, I mean, male, and there's a chance that he could have also been free.
Well, yeah, but 3 houses?
I know. But also, think about this. He's basically the second coming of Summer Claude of them trying to make a 4-star 3 houses demote super, super enticing, because they give him their perf stuff.
Yeah, they give him the world. Like, what the hell? So,
yeah.
He's a blue infantry tome with Guide's Hourglass. So, as per usual, slang. He gets
what would you call the terrain-free one?
Hmm?
I'm trying to think of what you would call that actual status, because like those are a mouthful. Like that one, and then the blade one. It's like
unit cannot be
that's on
slowed
here
by
too.
terrain. Does not apply to impassable terrain.
Like what did you just call it? Like pass or like what?
Well, yeah, we already have pass though, so they can't call it that.
Oh yeah.
I'd call it
like,
terrainless.
what would we call it?
I would call it terrainless. It makes terrain neutralized. It's basically terrainless. As long as you can like normally pass through it.
Sure, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call it terrainless because we don't actually have a name for it.
I feel
it'll
like
have an icon, but it doesn't have a name.
Yeah, like those are the funny ones. Like that one, and then the blade one. Like that's
yeah. So he gets the cannot be slowed by terrain and dodge. So he basically has built-in speed smoke technically, but it's active all the freaking time. So he's gonna be very, very hard to kill. If unit initiates combat is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants spectrum +5 to unit, neutralizes effects that grant anti-guard. And
it's tempo. It just has tempo.
Yeah, it's basically just tempo. So he's got he's basically got tempo. I'm just gonna
it is tempo.
Dodge, terrainless, slaying, and then he boosts allies by +4.
He has the best drive out of anybody. Like you thought that your base Mars and your base Corns were going to be good. Nope, this man somehow does it better by just giving +4 to all stats to everybody.
Yep.
Like.
And the funny thing is, you can stack some of those stats with a drive skill in the C slot.
Yeah, it's...
So, Sublime Heaven. Yeah, that's a fucking thing.
Here. Yeah, that is a thing.
Speed
I'm
res
blue
finish.
in it too, so it's a little compared to Legendary, but hey.
Speed res finish on a demote is nuts.
Yeah, no, this is... I was waiting for this to happen. I thought, like, it would be a little bit. Like, I knew clashes were going to happen, so seeing Pan have clash didn't surprise me, but finish, I was not sure about. So seeing it here, at least it's not an attack version. I think that's maybe why they did this one.
Yeah, and low speed res, so he's going to be very res heavy. He's going to be very, very, very fast. But, like... Yeah, he's a very interesting unit, this one.
They really just wanted to make another, like, Summer Claude type unit. Like, he's not as crazy as Summer Claude because, you know... Fallen Star is disgusting in its own right. And I mean, he's a flying guy with brave hits and Kanto. This is still fine. Don't get me wrong. It's just, you know.
I think Summer Claude's better overall.
Oh, obviously.
Because here's the thing.
Yeah.
In terms of scoring, right? You'd have to give this man G-dual or B-dual infantry. First off, if you want to do arena, you got to give him that. Giving him Sublime Heaven is actually a downfall.
Really?
Because, well, yes and no. Because because like compared to Claude, you can give Claude lethality, and that scores the same as Sublime Heaven, does it not?
I mean, sure, but I feel like that would be kind of a non-factor. This one just seems like a boon that it's like, hey, if you wanted to be able to like score similarly, then Sublime Heaven kind of helps with that.
Well, yeah, but you could also just give him Ether, and that'll score the same.
Sure enough, but then again, you can like this still has slaying. You just give him times pulse, and he'll just be exactly just like his legendary counterpart. Frankly,
yeah, true.
So it doesn't feel like it's really any different. That, or even if you really wanted to go the broke man's way and just give him quick and pulse seal.
Yep. But yeah, like it's just like I would have preferred him to have like a special A, B, or C slot over that in terms of scoring at least, because that's one less thing you gotta actually give him in terms of scoring. Because now you got to give him a tier 4A, a tier 4B, a tier 4C. Meanwhile, if you had a preferred in A, B, or C, then it's just give him Ether, which you could do super easy, and then tier 4A, tier 4C, done. So, like, I don't know. I'm still
it's within my news of scoring, but I at least think it's a fair option to at least have if you really want, like, a solid like demo for that sort of thing. Like this, like If he went in for young Ileana, sure, but like this is better because he has like that preferred special, which is stupid. And I mean, again, mage preferred specials are still good. No mage inheritable, sure, but hey, it's still disgusting. So hey, why not?
This is how it's done.
Yeah, like honestly, I'm still probably gonna plus 10 him at some point, I'm sure.
Oh, obviously,
But
who
like,
wouldn't?
I still think I'd prefer Summer Claude.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so
but that's just because the overall strength, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Because
You thought it was Florina?
Huh?
Did you think it was Florina and not Sarah?
Yes, I thought it was Florina.
I knew it was Sarah. I knew because I'm smart. I'm a Giga Chad. I'm pretentious.
I have not
but...
touched Thracia. I've not looked at Thracia at all, really. I know nothing about Thracia. I've pulled one Sarah, and I don't think I've looked at her since. So I legit thought this was Florina. Because if you think about it, we had FE7, and then we had FE7. So is it outside of the realm of possibility for this to be part FE7?
But also think about it too, Florina's already been a backpack. So it's like...
A backpack
at
for
least...
a duo, but not a harmonic.
Sure, but I think I can ego the fact that my first thought was, is that Sarah? And not Florina? Like, just please, just shower me with some love. I'm so smart.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good.
I do hate how they lollified her, though. It's disgusting, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't she older?
I think, I don't know, but this is
compared to her original, yeah, she looks like she's like a child.
Yeah, it's like, no thanks, please. Like, why? Like, come on.
They're
sure trying to sell part Thracia by making her, you know.
Isn't she like the same age as Lind? Like canonically, I'm pretty sure.
Genuinely, I don't really know because I just don't know much about like her or Thracia for that matter. But like,
I didn't want to say they're roughly the same age, but like this makes her look like Lind's little sister, which is just like
like this is.
Anyway, Red Tome Cav. So Red is a really damn good pool right now because you've got Nino and the Harmonized.
The color sharing is good and bad. The good is, and you get a good unit no matter what. The bad news is, it might not be the one you want. But
yeah, like the fact that it's missing colorless is not great, but it's not terrible because now you can just skip a color, which means this banner is going to cost more orbs. But on the flip side, like that's fine, I suppose.
You can also think about it like this too. We already got our great colorless mage this month anyway. In Duo Asker, so...
True.
I guess let me take some. And also, as my final aside before we get into the unit itself, they really just decided to give Julianne Taylor a whole month, like exactly. They gave her Kill Dory, Duo Cordelia, or Harmonic Cordelia, or Selena, and Lind. All within the course of a month. She got some fucking bank this month.
That's fantastic.
All I'll say.
That's fantastic. Okay, so... yeah, this is gonna be a wild banner, and guess what? My record of having to spark every flippin' duo harmonized is still unbroken. I had to spark duo Asker. I had to go for the spark, and I did all 3 sparks on the winter banner. I never pulled a Cordelia.
Jesus.
I'm like, what the hell? What is it? But my legendary banner luck is nuts. I got up to the spark, I sparked Shez, the very next circle I got double Brave Croms. Okay. And then the circle after that, it was, oh, what the hell was it now? I don't even remember. What else is on the banner? Let me see.
For blue? I think it's,
Not for blue, just in general. I can't remember who I got. Give me a second here. I'll be able to tell just by looking at the units. Oh, I got the Mythic. I got the new Mythic on the very next circle after the double Brave Croms.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, why is my legendary mythic luck popping off? Like, the legendary mythic banners are just going crazy, but every other banner has sucked.
Yeah, meanwhile, I haven't had, like, any luck on any banner, period. So, yeah, I'm not having the most fun time, but hey. At least some people are getting some stuff. It's like, why not? But good God.
Just give me some stuff. Any stuff.
Yeah.
I hear ya. Oh, and then like 2 circles later, I got Brave Tiki.
and there you go.
Okay, let's get into this unit because this is an interesting one. I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
You can do this.
Like, this might be my most used harmonic. Okay. So.
She has the typical stuff for this banner.
Typical stuff for this banner, but there's a catch. So, if units within 2 spaces of an ally grants terrainless, I actually like the sound of that, and no follow-up to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit. So we have a brand new skill in, like a brand new effect that's actually grantable, kind of like the infantry speed tactic, but this is something completely different. This is a brand
she actually
new
just gives
effect.
no follow-up to everyone.
Yeah, this is a brand new effect. She gives that and no follow-up to allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn, which is absolutely stupid because, like, okay, so no follow-up. I'm gonna be calculating.
I think I just find it funny. I think I just find it funny how you just give no follow-up to everyone now, just period. Whereas, like, you know, when it first came out, like, as, like, the whole status thing with infantry speed tactic, it was, like, you know, it's a little eh. I mean, actually, no, infantry no follow-up kind of predates that, but the point is still, it's like, you know, like, they weren't trying to give it to, like, everyone just straight up for free. Well, they literally just did, so,
yeah.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, but now I can completely make a brand new team for my Brave Crom, and it's actually going to be a better team. That's the crazy thing here, because I could do harmonic Cordelia with all the stuff that she can grant. So I could actually say screw Catria. I could do harmonic Cordelia, and then Crom has dodge already. This unit gives no follow up and terrainless, and then I can do Legendary Elliewood on top of that. I just need a way to grant extra movement. I'll figure it out.
Probably by copying Nino. Or someone else, I don't know.
I mean, I don't technically need a dancer on the team because the Crom's repositional kind of counts for that action. So
perhaps. It does still give, like, other stuff. Like, if you went with legendaries, or you get Null Panic as...
but Legendary Elliewood says I need a dragon on the team.
True.
I'll figure it out. I always do. I just know that I have a new toy to play with. That's all I care about. So, and I'm going to be getting this unit because I still have every harmonized duo. So this is going to be a thing that I have access to, which is freaking stupid. But I'm gonna.
And I mean, anybody with Arcanea or Thracia stuff, like, or at least a limited amount, like, you get this unit, you can get a lot out of it for free, especially with impassable terrain. Like, you will. Does this go through obstruct? I actually don't fully know for sure, because I think it might.
I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like it might, but I don't know. We'll see.
That's not terrain, though. That's the thing. That's not terrain. That's a skill.
True, actually. Actually, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, then never mind.
2 unit allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. If unit initiates combos within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Spectrum +5, deals damage equals 20% of unit's speed, including when dealing damage with a special triggered before combat. So, holy crap. That's,
Speed-based true damage?
Speed-based true damage, AoE, it sounds freaking terrifying, honestly. Because she will nuke your ass.
I don't think it's that crazy, mostly because it's like 20% of unit speed. Like, it's something. I just don't think it's like crazy amount, unless I'm just completely tweaking, honestly.
Do we have access to her stats? I doubt it.
No. We might, I believe, because of the harmonic skill, you know?
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
Because she'll be selected for the harmonic skill, so that works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and our freebie is sword, which is kind of funny. Okay, so 45 speed. Okay, now time to do some calcs. Because this is what I do fairly well.
50 hit attack, too. Oh my god.
45 speed base. With the weapon, that's 50 speed. With the remote sparrow, which is crazy cool, that's 57. The speed rest far trace doesn't count. And the defense res smoke does not count. So it's only 57 speed. If you capitalized on speed here. So 57, and then let's say blade session at max. So 57, that's 66. Defense res smoke. Okay, so let's say 66 with basic hit, technically. 20% of that is like 12 true damage. 6 times 0.2. That's 13 true damage. So 13 true damage on top of an AoE with a unit that has a decent attack stat that can be pushed further. Actually, if you do double life and death, that's 65. That's 71. Plus the true damage, basically 84, roughly. Which is stupid. Good luck surviving. Like, damn.
I think it's me that's kind of sleeping on the true damage part of it. Like, I don't know if I'm just crazy, but I feel like if I had to compare, like, if I wanted true damage or true damage reduction, I feel like I'd rather be the latter. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not seeing the merit behind speed-based true damage. I don't know. Like, it's obviously better than what it was before, but I don't know.
I think what it is like speed-based true damage is kind of a newer concept overall. And, like, if you could speed stack a unit, you're getting crazy amounts of damage. But you got to do a lot of investment to get that far.
Yeah. And I think the good thing is that because you do have the benefits from being able to use this stuff with AoEs too, there is honestly some merit to it, and I think you can really do that. I mean, it's nothing to where it's like, you know,
honestly,
like a Lolina type unit having like something with like a special AoE of her own, but honestly, like even still, like this is still pretty. You know, you can do some damage, especially where they're not really impeded by a lot of things.
Honestly, if they were not, if they weren't a cav, this weapon would be so much better.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
because then you could do like attack speed Oath in the C slot, and then you could do there's not really any B slots that boost your speed. Well, that's fine. And then like
it's more just like taking it. Like you could use speed preempt. That's really it. But that's only like one more point than speed res for trace here, frankly.
Well, yeah, but the I don't think the preempt doesn't count towards your
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because it's just a debuff thing.
So,
yeah.
I don't
Gainage. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think there is a B slot that actually
not to that my head. Not to that my head.
But that's okay. But like at least like attacks. Wait, actually, kidding. I don't think the Cavs can run attack speed Oath. I don't think Cavs can run.
No, they can't. It's only infantry and flyers.
God, why do they get all the good stuff?
I think it's more the point here is that she's trying to act like she's still trying to act like a mobility beacon to some degree. Like, yeah, she doesn't have like 4 movement. I mean, yeah, she can get that from like Brave Selith or Legendary Sigurd, which will make it easier, but I think it's more trying to act like a beacon, because I mean you're giving the impassable terrain to people, and then once you do make an attack, you then get the Pathfinder off too, which I mean, let's be honest, out of all of those premium smokes, you'd probably want Pathfinder, especially in terms of like just team building, because it's kind of just how these skills are. It's like, yeah, it kind of just makes sense, I feel. I don't think she needs to be like mega crazy, but I mean, that's why you have, you know, builds where it's like, hey, let's go life and death, go AoE and that sort of thing. Just try to really utilize the offenses that you've got from the speed-based true damage.
Yeah.
And then once you do that, it's like, hey, I've done my job, just go forward. But think about it too. She has got a lot more as well coming at you with the harmonic skill, which...
Yeah, this shit is crazy. So...
Yeah.
Okay, so she already grants, because of the C slot, she grants like already 3 effects. Because she grants the terrain list, she grants null follow-up, she grants Pathfinder, technically. I'm going to count that, so that's 3 already.
We also forgot one, too. Oh? She also has damage reduction, too.
Oh, yeah, well, we kind of lost it
at the very end.
And reduce the damage of foes non-special. Well, yeah, but that's not an effect, so that doesn't really matter too much. That's nice, though. But, like...
Yeah, no, it helps for other, like, pesky units.
Yeah.
Truthfully. But that... I think I just find it funny how it's like she destroys, or she tries to go through the damage reduction, and then through her harmonic skill gets damage reduction herself. Through a dodge status.
she's already getting 3 effects. 3 visible effects. Grant's Resonance Blades, that's 4. Grant's Dodge, that's 5. Grant's Blade, that's 6. She's getting 6 freaking visible effects.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, the only units that can really get all of those 2 are like, Arcane and Thracian characters, but hey, that's still better than like none. Like you can still run some pesky units with that. Like if you really were inclined, you could take off like the dodge on like your Brave Marth or something like that and just supplement it with this and just do typical raid boss shenanigans with them, and it's just being like dying of disgust in all this raid boss stacking.
So that's actually 6 effects. 6 effects that the only thing that Cordelia stacks, like doubles down on in terms of those effects, is just blades. Everything else Cordelia does not do. And then Cordelia grants 5 effects technically herself, but technically 4 because Resonance Blades double down upon. Yeah, but you can't double down on Harmonized skills. You can only activate one per turn. I'm thinking in terms of Summoner's Duels, right?
I mean, you probably can, but it's kind of just like, you're kind of wasting it, Or maybe I think Harmonized are capped, but not duos.
Nah, but you can only use 1 Harmonized / duo effect per turn.
Oh yeah. Wait, that is a new change. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So, because I want both on the team. At worst case scenario, I have access to 2 duo skills that do very interesting things. But if I
I think it's more like you can apply this sort of thing more, I guess, with again like more the Aetherite sort of thing. Like it's not really like Wings of Mercy Gale Force beaconing. But she does do something sort of that degree. Again, like with the whole Pathfinder stuff, like, and with the impassable terrain, I think it makes those sort of strategies a little bit more doable, I think. Because if you're not doing, like, massive warp shenanigans with it, like, this still works, too, to some degree. Or it has some merit, I think, at least.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, like, so... one of my favorite units to use is actually Harmonized Leaf. Combine this with Harmonized Leaf, and that's just funny.
And the thing is, now you can, too, because he's not the only harmonic that's for Thracia.
Yeah, Resonance Battles is a lot easier now.
Yeah, Thracia week is easier. Let's go. Now, here is the part where I can get into my my tinfoil hat theory, too, for that sake. After we see that, hey, you don't need to vote for Soren anymore. He's getting a free ult.
It's Soren.
I think it's got to be a perf too. So hey, yeah, you don't need to vote for him anymore. But here's my tinfoil hat theory. Now, mostly down to the fact that they're giving all of this terrainless status and that sort of thing, coupled with there being like a few nuisance units that do have like bonus movement and that sort of thing. So I feel like in a way, I'm not sure about other modes, but I definitely thought about this for Arena. What if during the anniversary they introduce some new tiles that impede everybody to some degree in some facet? And it doesn't really matter what sort of game modes, but I feel like they might try to introduce something to impede like all movement types and like a bunch of other game modes. And this is obviously there to be like, hey, ahead of time, it's like, hey, you can get it and you'll be able to supplement all this. But because like, and I'm not even really talking like Cavaliers, because yeah, Legendary Sigurd and Brave Self are pretty disgusting right now, especially because I mean you also have the tactics fence or whatever it's called from Aetherites, for example. That helps that.
Dude,
but
we have to put up with Brave Self freaking harmonized Lin teams now.
Yeah,
there is nowhere to hide, dude.
Yeah, it's not fun, but you got to think about that with like some of the other characters that aren't also Cavalier too. Like you've got your Yuris, you've got Nino now, you've got Brave you've got Duo Ephraim, and a bunch of other units now that can actually do that sort of thing. Because I mean, think about it too. They also just gave us Odd Tempest Seal, anybody running even Tempest and your C slot just gets, 3 movement essentially for free all the time. So it's kind of just like, it makes sense to finally introduce this now into the game, especially with other stuff too, like Assault Troop, and other like armors that kind of move around. And then, I mean, the flyers too, to some degree. Some of them can do some weird things. To even work against stuff like Oath and just other warping stuff. So I feel like, something that counters the extra movement or warp bubble type stuff, I think that might be coming in the anniversary stuff. I'm not sure, but that's sort of where my head is thinking. I think they might be trying to head into a direction that might be trying to alleviate some of those pressures of, hey, the enemy team has all this movement, and I have nowhere I can move to even remotely help myself. Guess I'll die. But now this might happen, so it's like, hey, I don't know, that's just where my head's at. I think it's feasible. Do I think it'll actually happen? No, I think it's a little bit too tinfoil hatty, but that's the whole point.
Yeah.
It's reasonably possible. Not guaranteed. But
so, one
possible.
thing I find kind of funny is that, so she can give herself dodge, and then Remote Sparrow also gives damage reduction. She will be very hard to take down. The Duma's one-shot attack ain't gonna be a one-shot attack.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be, especially,
actually,
yeah, she doesn't have the best defenses, but I mean, you combine that with dodge, and then, yeah, Remote Sparrow, it's kind of...
Like, here's the thing, too. She's got no follow-up. She's, like, a really good Duma check. Because, yes, he's got the res, but she will be allowed to double him. Because no follow-up. She will be able to deal extra damage based on her speed. She also will be able to tank a counterattack, because she's got, like, the first one is...
30% and then 40%.
30% and 40%, yeah.
All from, like, 2 different sources, so it's just like, but it's like,
So, like, I think she can take him down, because she will double. She's gonna hit like a truck.
At the very least, she lives guaranteed.
Yeah, there's no way he's taking her out. Because here's the thing, if he procs frickin' Bonfire or Iceberg or whatever, that's just more damage for her to negate, or, like, mitigate. Like...
Perhaps, yeah.
Because, like... Well, like, if he just attacks with, like, 30, he's not gonna kill. But, like, the more damage he deals, the more damage she reduces. So it gets...
At least she doesn't have anything along the lines of regular Ice Mirror negating Fang or Hans's Perf, where you deal that damage back. That would be... Oh, that would be disgusting. Incredibly vile. But, I mean, hey, maybe one day they'll make that a status like 2 or 3 years down the road, where any damage negated will be dealt damage back. That sounds like fun.
Overall, this banner is very interesting. My brave Crom mind is going crazy right now. So I think of course I'm gonna summon on this banner, but I might just go crazy on this banner. Well,
I think there is
not
some
on this
merit
banner,
to
but
it.
when the units get into double special heroes, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Paul also said that too, because there is probably no way he's going to be able to do much more besides get, the base copies for both Ursula and Nino, but double special heroes, and I mean, let's be honest, if he really wanted to go all in on Nino, he's going to have to color share anyway.
Exactly.
So,
and honestly,
yeah.
I prefer double special heroes way over this, like, base banners. Like 100%.
I mean, it's technically it's double the rates, and you have Spark on both of them anyway.
And there's a chance that, like, the double special heroes banner is you're going to be color sharing. There's a decent chance you're going to be color sharing with a really good unit too. So
yeah, I mean,
like
there's even a chance that she'll even color share with the same unit that she was color sharing with initially. I mean,
exactly.
Maybe it's not guaranteed, but I think there's a reasonable chance depending on how things line up. Like, you could end up sharing with Lind again.
Well,
could.
The IS doesn't like to do that though. They kept apart Mia and Ike.
That's fair.
I've studied how they do double special heroes banners, and they have a strict they have some very strict rules and some things they just don't like to do, but will do if they have to. Like I've studied pretty much I've looked at every single double special heroes banner since the very first one. So
you're saying that you pulled a class at Harvard about how to analyze double special heroes banners?
I've noticed some things that have made me correct that other people have missed. So like I'm pretty proud of that. I got bored.
But the point is that anybody who was color sharing on that initial like banner, even if they're on the same banner and happen to color share, they won't be on the same double special heroes banner.
Yeah.
Am I correct in that? Okay.
Yeah. So, there's a very, very, very solid chance they will not be color sharing on double special heroes. IS has never allowed that to happen. Although there haven't been too many times where that's been a possibility, but when it hasn't happened. So we're okay. Yeah,
I mean, she'll probably just share with Pan, and it's like, that's fine.
There's a few reasons why, like, I'm not going to go crazy on this banner, but I will on the double special heroes when it returns. First off, we do remember, guys, we have the Engage banner at the end of this month.
Engage Cup, yeah, that's,
Oh boy, that is a crazy-ass banner. That's going to be fun to summon on.
Even if you're just going for the free character in that, so it's like, even still, like, that banner is disgusting.
Like, who's the worst unit on that banner? Brave Mars? Like, in terms of like in terms of like usability, rarity, blah blah blah, like Brave Mars the worst currently. He's kind of, compared to everyone else, he's kind of bad. But he's getting a refine this year.
True, he is.
So, like, even that's not terrible. But honestly, I would have preferred Duo Marth because he's way the fuck better.
Hey, he did have a resurgence, and at least they did get some. It's just it was not enough time to brigade. It wasn't.
I love my Duo Marth, and I actually have a team in mind for SDS with my Duo Marth, so I'm very, very excited about my Duo Marth.
Based.
It's a very funny team. I'll tell you later. Anyway, I think that's it for the recording. It's only been like 47 minutes. So when I said analysis, I meant analysis.
This is just like my typical videos, like I used to do. Always like plenty of time just going over analysis, except you do more analysis than I did because I don't try to min-max stuff like that. But the point is that people do that.
Yep.
And that's what we need sometimes.
I'm just seeing lots of potential for my Brave Crom, and that's all I really care about right now.
But hey, remember that these units are still getting their own merits.
Yeah.
You have a mini Brave Crom now in the form of a Nino.
Well, yeah, but I have normal Brave Crom who could just take everything.
But you still then have two units like that. And two is better than one.
Okay, this has been... Okay, you have a tinfoil hat theory, I have one too. Have you noticed that they've been releasing duplicate units? Like, units that do the exact same thing, pretty much? Like, think about it this way, okay? For SDS, we can have a Cav Dancer on every single team. Because we got Duo Sigurd, we got Dorothea, we got Ninian, and we got Harmonized Azura. And then the banner after, like that very same banner, we got a side grade of Harmonized Catria in the form of Harmonized Cordelia. And then the banner after that, in terms of special heroes, was New Year's, and we got a second Asker, a second Ash, and technically a better Duo Alphons all at the same time. Yeah. So now if you wanted, you could run one of each in a team. Really wanted to, yeah. So now you can have like basically a guarantee, like you could build basically the exact same team for SDS twice, but one will be a little bit better, which is so stupid. And now you have Brave Crom and a mini Brave Crom.
I feel like to some degree, I mean, that's just kind of how gachas are. Like, people just end up like getting like side grade abilities to like similar sort of units. It just feels par for the course. But honestly, I mean, it does kind of feel a little funny that you can, if you really want to, do like just the exact same team with side grades.
Yeah.
to like sort of effects. Just utilize those strengths to just do something funny. Makes things very one note, but why not? I guess.
I mean, if you can and it works roughly the same, then like, why the hell wouldn't you, right? Because
Yeah,
like,
and especially
as it sits right now, you could have regular Asker and like New Year's Ash, and then you could have dual Alphonse, and then you can have a Cav Dancer, and then you can have someone else in Team A, and then in Team B you could have New Year's Asker, regular Ash, and then a Cav, and then you could have like Katria in Team A, and a Cav Dancer, and a Cordelia in Team B, and then you have one extra space for one other unit twice.
And think about it like this too. Dual Alphonse is right around the corner for a refund too, so it could be of actual unironic benefit here too.
Yeah.
If you were that inclined.
Like,
so,
it's freaking ridiculous, dude. Like, this is super fucking funny to me that they're just basically copy-pasting units and making them slightly better. Like,
the fact that you can actually play like your team's one note now because of all the side graded possibilities right now, and just down to how much other units can give to other people. I think mostly just to me, I think it's like just I find it a little surreal that we're in this much of a status meta. I mean, I already knew it before, and everyone's known it, but even more so. I find it funny that statuses are just, literally the Oprah meme. Everybody gets statuses. Yep. It's just I find that funny. So it's like anyone who really doesn't have something, like you can just run them in a core that just gives statuses, and it alleviates everything. It kind of just does a lot of things that other units can't always necessarily do because they don't have enough slots. So hey, make up for it by giving them like a few statuses, and some people can use it, like Nino and Brave Crom and maybe someone else eventually.
I actually have a very funny point that I've been saying for the longest time, and this banner just proves my freaking point. Brave Crom will be the best aging Brave unit from this round. Why? Because as time goes on, there will be more units that grant more effects. I just said that last week. And holy shit, am I right? Because the more units that grant more stuff means he could steal more stuff, which powers him up, and it's like a snowball effect. So the further we go on, eventually there's going to be stuff that stops Brave Seliph. There's going to be stuff there's going to be something that power creeps Brave Seliph eventually. Power creeping a unit that doesn't have a ceiling is very hard to do.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest regret they'll ever make is not giving him a ceiling, because even you kind of already know that with how many statuses there are or that keep getting introduced, like that eventually things are going to get so crazy to where it's like statuses are literally free.
Yep.
He's going to age well to the point when it's like, people are just giving so many more statuses for free.
Yeah.
And you can just do with more of like the shenanigans that he can kind of do, like with other units too, that can then just, spread it again to each other. Just like, pass it on, carry the torch.
It's like a virus. These effects are just
exactly. Well, exactly. Eventually, we're going to get into literally a virus meta. Like you could unironically call it that because you're spreading all of your statuses to literally everybody else, and everyone gets benefit from it.
And the sad thing is, Doki only has one use of her skill.
But eventually someone's going to come with more exposure. Technically we've already gotten that through Cronia and whoever else got refined along with her. I forget who it was. Hubert.
Yeah.
They both have exposure, but there are going to be more units eventually that come with exposure for that matter. Sure. And it's just... And eventually there's going to be someone that comes with like 4 statuses, 5 statuses, and that's all they have. It's just statuses, but...
Yeah, there's going to be like a dancer that can grant like 6 bonus effects, and it's just going to be like the most busted thing in the world. And then like the very next banner, they're going to release a unit that just negates it just by existing. Like it's going to be like Embla, but against effects. Where if I exist, you can't use shit.
And hey, that's the good thing, because if they introduce more negative statuses, you know what that means? More stocks for Duo Let's go, baby. Hey! I gotta get what I can. I'm telling you,
Dualm's a unit. Him. Okay.
It's
him.
the more that this meta happens,
Yeah.
the more he will age better. Him and Deduma, frankly, too.
Yeah.
The point.
And
still.
Ymir, and like Ymir basically negates all that stuff too.
Oh yeah, she does cleanse out with just a rally. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
Gosh,
so funny though. God, these units are just going crazy. Anyway, it's like 55 minutes now. I think we're good. I think we beat this banner as hard as we can.
And the meta for the next 2 years in terms of predictions.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, not just to me, but to Valentia as well. Links can be down in the description. Hopefully he'll get back to making videos soon, so keep an eye out
One day,
for that
surely.
at some point, eventually.
Surely.
But for now, I'll still link his channel down in the description, so go check him out. And
if you want to find my content, you can look on E621. I'm kidding.
So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. What are your thoughts on this banner? Are you gonna summon? Are you gonna skip? Again, don't forget, Engage Hero Cup Hero Rises is gonna be like on the horizon pretty soon, and then like, isn't it like the month after that we get the yearly Hero Rises?
Yeah, for the most part, it should happen. Likely.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is gonna be crazy, crazy, crazy month.
And remember to vote for Mitama for CYL. No, too far.
Vote for Happy. Because let's face
True.
facts here. Happy is the meta checker right now. Deduma, delete. Frickin' any Dragon and Beast, delete. Frickin' what else does she just delete need? Like, pretty much anything.
Here, I'll tell you this much. Once Mitama finally gets in the game, I can commit myself to either Mia or Happy, and I have no problem with that.
That is fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget to vote. Anyway.
Yes, don't forget to vote for CYL.
Yeah, see you guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.